Before he interrupted me, what I was saying is that it is the responsibility of a man to get themselves a woman who comes from the Lord. And we talked about the issues of predestination and stuff like that. Now, how do you exactly arrive at this point where you now identify and you have the connection or the feeling that now this is the good wife that comes from the Lord?
Okay. We can go by checking the virtues.
Yeah.
So that standard can be based on traditional values you can see, and the morals of the community or the society.
Yeah.
So there are morals that are guiding, can help in defining what a good woman should be. And Christian also have got, religious institution like Christianity, Muslim, have got their own way of weighing that. So I think I'll go to a book, I think it should be in Galatians, talking about fruits of Holy Spirit, where there is goodness, self-control.
Yeah.
So self-control is like measuring what you say.
Yeah.
Before your mouth says something.
Yeah.
And we have got kindness. You cannot live with your neighbors if you are not kind. We have got something which it is difficult to explain. We have got something called goodness. Goodness, generally, you are just good. So there's goodness. We have got you love. A good woman should love her. You leave your people and come to other people.
Yeah.
So the first thing is to love your husband. Then when you are blessed with children,
yeah,
you also love your children.
Okay.
And you love where you are. Yeah, and the new home that you have made. Because a woman is being the respect of a home usually comes from a woman. Mostly the houses are called so and so house, not even a man's house. Maybe a homestead can be a man's homestead, but the house is they are always under women.
Okay.
So we have got love, humble. Yeah, a good woman will humble herself, and then we have got bad habits like jealousy.
Yeah.
Is out of them, and then jealousy is the last stage before graduating to become a witch. Yeah. So because after that, if you cannot compete them, you put them down. So a good woman would be an asset of the society. That is why in traditional African setup, a woman was considered a belonging for the society, who could help in all the activities that are taking place in that society. So if you marry, according to traditional values, if you marry a bad woman, you'll be like punishing your own location, your own locality. Because for example, we had, I know there are women wale wako na lenses, wanaweza piga picha, wakipiga hata hiyo chakula unakula hivi na unaona madudu worms are coming out. Yeah. So that will be a total punishment to the village. So not only you, but the village. And the name will no longer be good, and it means that you'll not be hosting your guest well. Your guest will not be coming to visit you. So those are the features that you can check and say that this person is good. And the value of a good woman also is appreciated through dowry. You can see the heads of cattle that can be paid for such woman, and you can see the closeness of the in-law. You can see how the in-laws value their asset. Yes.
Okay. Now, Professor Casper, let me get get back to you. And now that you had posed three questions to women, and also we had addressed already this issue in previous discussions about the role of a woman in a marriage, and a good woman, the Bible doesn't give us elaborate details about how good is supposed to be good. No, she can be good on bed. Maybe that is maybe that is the meaning. But what would be the role of a woman for them to be termed as good? And do I want to believe that we have bad women who are not meant to get married then at the end of the day?
Of course, we have bad women, and I've already told you it is better to live in a desert than to stay in a house with a quarrelsome woman. That's from the wise man.
Yes.
Okay? And this idea of gossiping is also another aspect which you find that is very common with women. So those women who find themselves mostly spending a lot of time gossiping, moving from one house.
Wait a minute. So you want to mean that a good man, a good woman will never quarrel at a certain point?
No, a quarrelsome, let me just use the term troublesome. I think that one is much far better, because quarreling is just once in a while, but troublesome woman, or even that quarrelsome woman, is a woman who will always find fault in anything that a man does in that house. From the man coming late from work, maybe not having enough finance for the family, not providing probably, or maybe even satisfying her in the bed. There are a lot of stuff, like she will complain against everything the man does. Okay, no matter how much you try to your best to see that maybe you are meeting the obligations that you had agreed. Marriage is an agreement. You still find that this person is looking for ways to trouble you. And then a gossiping woman doesn't have time even to go to the fields to till, doesn't have time to look for food, doesn't have time for anything other than moving from one house to another, evaluating this person to that person. You see, those kinds of women, you can't say that they're good. But a good wife is this woman who stays in the house. If you have agreed that stay in the house, she has no reason of loitering outside and wearing miniskirts. There are men wanamwangalia kwa barabara, and you are providing, okay? But if she is working, also she is modest enough not to abuse you. Because women tend to have this abusive language. When they provide something, maybe for 1 or 2 months, they start abusing you. Now I'm the one feeding you, I've married you, I can't feed a man, I can't do what. You see, that's toxicity that comes from a woman who is not a good woman. A good woman should be ready to take care of you. This one should be understood. That's why I'm a pause. She should be ready to take care of you if you get incapacitated without complaining. Yeah.
Now, what? So, other than her staying in the house and be ready to take care of you, are we talking about she should be an entrepreneur or stuff like that?
Actually, women are not supposed to work in white-collar jobs. According to the wise man, most women should be either doing agriculture or businesses. Okay, you look at what the wise man was describing in the book of Proverbs. He has categorized it into 3. The first one is that she gets her food from afar. That means she goes to the fields and tills. Okay, she might not till manually, but she might find a way of getting food from the fields. The second thing, she makes sure that she clothes the family. Okay, and also the wise man says this woman should wake up very early in the morning before any other person in the house
to pray for the husband.
Not to pray, to prepare the husband, okay? And then finally, the wise man says that this woman considers land and also she's the one in charge of dressing the family. You see those 5 laws from the wise man in the book of Proverbs 31. However, say if you give your wife money na umwambie anunue nguo, you will not be even considered there.
Okay. Okay, Mwalimu. Yes. Now we are moving from people being so religious to them being so Christianity, like so charismatic. That is the word. And sometimes young people, men, they confuse a good woman to the most prayerful sister in the church. Does it mean that maybe this good sister who's praying and is in intercessory, our baby cannot really make a good wife, or maybe they can make a good wife? I mean, what are the implications, so that young people out there, they don't get confused thinking a good woman should be prayerful, and that is the person that I'm looking for?
Okay. So, church, for sometimes church and religious ground have been places where people scout for wives. Yeah. But bad people also go there. So don't think that anybody who is in church is good. There are people who have gone for cleansing, like they have gone to do some repenting, while also continuing accumulating more sins. So a good woman can be seen not only from church. A good woman is a person who can humble herself even outside and respect the husband. I will give an example, not just a classical, practical and current example. The president of a neighboring country here, Honorable Excellency Suluhu from Tanzania, her husband has got other 3 wives, I guess. When there is a meeting, the husband sits them all together. They take their low seats on the carpet, and the husband is seated somewhere in a high ground. So high ground, that shows the leadership. Like, she knows that as much as she's the leader of a country, when she goes back home, there's a leader of that home. And she also learns to respect her co-wives, because the balancing the gender is never easy. You can see from the chromosome things, whereby a man donates X and Y, and a lady donates the chromosomes of X and X. So it means that the chances of getting a girl is like at 75%. So the balance of men and women are, ladies will always be more. So sometimes we want a society whereby all ladies are, every woman is good when she has got her home. She has got somewhere where she can be buried. Yeah, not on the cemetery. So when the ladies are most men, like even the wise man that is being talked about, had got over 700 wives plus over 300 concubines. Yeah, so there were many. So
and they were all good wives.
I think he was even character developed until he came up with the word good. Yeah. I think he learned them, because there are others who brought idolatry. Yeah, so good wife can bring that. And church also the church people. Church also, we have got flocks. There are people who are there in church, following the doctrine, which are even harmful, believing, God created the man. The man is your husband. There are ladies who are in church who trust pastor more than Jesus and their husbands. Yeah, so don't think that anybody you are going to get, there are people who have been radicalized. Yeah, so you might think that you have gotten them from church. church is not an indication of a good wife. And I will lastly I will interject somewhere where Prof talked about the duty of ladies to be, non-white collar jobs. I think that one is, the period has passed. Because a lot of changes have happened in our society. In fact, previously there were no those white collar jobs. Yeah. Now what is existing, even the farms to tills are no longer there. And even in the Bible, I can talk about the great grandfather of David, when the father of Obed, that is Boaz, when he was working in his wheat farm, we were seeing also where the lady Naomi was helping him to work there. So it meant that a man was working in a farm and a woman also was working in a farm. So work should not be restricted, that these are the kind of the job that a woman should know. But basically a woman should have knowledge concerning cooking. I think it's called cutlery skills, and things to do with embroidery, things like clothes, cleaning of clothes, stitching them, and some care like nursing, midwifery, like the basic knowledge. So they spend more time with children. Sometimes the men you can find that there, and men, it is easy, like mostly that is why even the prayers we pray for orphans and the widows, not the widower. Men do a lot of risk, like it is easy for a man to die than a woman, the kind of things that men do. Yes. Okay, so
my time is up, and I still have some more questions. Casper, in a summary, what take do you have with ladies from the church, especially the ones who are most prayerful and jovial and on the pulpit and all that?
It's just one sentence. You shall know them by their fruits.
Okay. You shall know them by their fruits. Now, I'm giving 1 minute each now to give a summary of the whole thing and how you can advise people, young guys out there when they are making their choices to get the good wife.
Okay. Getting married is almost a permanent decision. Like most people, the institution was created that people should not leave each other. So it is a decision that you need to take after after learning your partner very, very well. So take your time. There are characters, behaviors that people hide, and don't rely on beauty. Even the flowers will wither, will wilt, will go. Even the lunchtime breast, the nipples will also disappear. So just consider that the children are gone and you are left with this person. So this is a life sentence. So take your time. When you are marrying, you know that you are not marrying alone.
Your time is over.
Okay. Marry something that your children also can be proud of.
Okay.
And everyone around you.
Okay. Yes. Thank you so much. What do you have in summary?
Have faith in God. He will give you that good wife.
Have faith in God. He will grant you the desires of your heart, which is that good wife. Thank you, guys. Thank you for following us up. I'll see you on the next one. Until next time. Bye-bye.